All right, what's good, my fine and beautiful people? Let me do this before it gets too hot and my phone shuts down. On my way to work again on Easter Sunday. You know, in the spirit of Ishtar and Easter and resurrecting and transformation and all that good stuff, and talking about witches and all kinds of madness. You know, it just made me think, and even like Medusa, it just made me think when you think that you're in control, like a lot of women, they think they're in control. They think they can do what men could do, but not realizing that when a man is quote unquote, and I don't co-sign on anything, it's up to the individual, whatever it is that they want to do and proceed or agenda or lifestyle that they want to leave. It's totally up to them. But for lack of a better term, when men are being men, they enter a woman. A woman allows them to enter into them. And in doing so, when all is said and done, men leave a little something behind. A lot of times, most of the time, that women think when they can do what men can do and try to live this carefree life without realizing or without being committed and disciplined in the responsibility that they have as being women and protecting probably the most sacred temple, when they think that they can live this life of promiscuity and live in wild, single, and free, when they allow this person to enter into their body, they leave a little something behind. And the little something is, never mind the spirit and the intertwining of souls, and these souls can be good, bad, and indifferent. And whether they're good, bad, and indifferent, it causes this confusion spiritually. But also physically, it throws off your pH balance. This is why women have this stigma of, let's say, it could be both men, women, and child will say such and such smells like fish. And that's a pH balance. And a lot of times they try to say it's the underwear, this and the third. But I'd say that it's because you're being wild, single, and free. And even if you're using condoms, you have a lot of entities and things and people and fluids entering and confusing the body. Everything is foreign, and the alarm is going off per se. And with that all happening, if you allow a man to ejaculate and leave a little something behind, it is scientific fact that the DNA now begins to mutate and intermingle and become attached. That DNA and her DNA are now this conjoined situation. So every time she has a relationship and ejaculation happens, even if it don't, you think you pulled out, but as you know, that pre-cum or whatever, there's always something that get left behind, and the DNA continues to be attached to it. So now you're creating this fucking Medusa-like three-headed monster. And with the physical, spiritual, emotional, all these things that are at odds with each other, it starts to show its head. What I come to find, it show its head when women start wearing a lot of makeup, or when they start getting crazy with the tattoos and getting crazy with the earrings and piercing and bull nose and tongue rings and nipple rings and the clothing too. In my opinion, and it's just an opinion and my observation, I think personally they can no longer look at the person that they were in the mirror. I've seen some women who at first they would just, and you see this a lot in college girls, when they enter into college, when they enter into college, you know, they look a certain way. By the end of college, all out the window. Heavy on the makeup a lot of times. You know, it could be experimentation, but the experimentation as far as makeup and clothes is one thing. But it's the catalyst to what got her there. And a lot of times it's these wild sexual encounters where you're being reckless and being disrespectful to your temple. And now you see it in the makeup, you know, where it's almost clown-like. This is why you see these lashes and BBLs and breast augmentations just looking silly at this point. I don't know how you cannot look in the mirror and not see clown, literal clown, silliness. And I just think it's at a level of dysmorphia where you look in the mirror and see something different than what really is. And it's because your sight is now distorted because you lost all vision. Your vision is gone. You know what I mean? What you have started with is now gone. And this is why, you know, you're not built to have people into you and leave stuff behind, because you are not equipped or built to handle that. You weren't built for that. This is why every time a woman has a sexual partner, she gets further and further away from being able to bond with anybody. So all she is like a crackhead, you know, or a drug addict. You continually, and once you get that first hit, you're continually trying to find that next hit, and you'll never find it. It's a never-ending search. You can never get as high as that first high, from what I heard. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these women are on that path trying to find something that they gave up eons ago, you know? And it really is a sad thing to witness. And this is why I think a lot of times they, you know, then once they realize they can never go back, then the bitterness kicks in. Then, you know, this is why I wonder where, you know, the bitter bitch syndrome, when they start to group up and, you know, they think God and men have done something to them. And now they become so disgruntled that they, you know, it probably fuels these groups to where now they want to start doing quote unquote spells and getting crazy with the voodoo and witchcraft or whatever the fuck, you know. So you just start now really just jumping off the ledge instead of correcting and fixing what's inside of you. It's bananas. It really is bananas, man. It really is weird to see, you know. And it's kind of crazy because I get where, you know, you get with a woman when she's young, so that way she doesn't have enough time to create such a damaging history. I get where you have to get her young and teach her and so forth and so. But I'm really more have to be of a, in my experience now, is that either you were born for the role of wife or you weren't. And it's probably in a man's best interest that don't even entertain it. Pumping and dumping and all that good stuff. Don't even entertain it. It's such a waste of time. It really is such a waste of time. You know, should we really be on your purpose, you know, trying to figure out when you do get your family together, if you do decide to go that route, that you've created an empire that now you could teach your son or daughter to pick up from there and carry the torch. You know what I mean? But before you can even get to your children, your legacy is that having a partner, having a wife, spouse, if you decide to go that route, that she was born for the role. And not necessarily trying to find somebody to negotiate with and hope that they live up to what you expect the role to you know, live up to the responsibility that the role has in store for her. You know, it really is bananas, man. It really is bananas. But I hope you gentlemen are really paying attention to these videos, not only my own, but all these videos in the Red Pill Manosphere space, because it really is hope. It really is helpful when you're trying to navigate your manhood. You know, sometimes it's just not in your vicinity or not in your reach to have men who are of like mind and who are traveling on the same journey, or they're further along in the journey than you are, that you can tap on their shoulders and say, hey, what do you think about this? Or, hey, I was thinking about that. And or like, hey, you know what? That's a good idea. You know, and give you some other stuff to contemplate, or other stuff to maybe entertain and say, you know what? That could be a good idea. Let me see how that goes. You know what I mean? It's a very important thing. So I hope that, you know, God has led you here. I hope that that something I say resonates. You know, like I said, this is the purple pill perspective because I am married. I call myself the inside man because I am married, and I'm not talking from the pimp stuff. I'm not talking from a gangster. I'm just telling you, I've traveled. I lived that life. I'm in the life, and I'm telling you from being the inside man who have 5 kids, who've been married, who's married twice, and lots of girlfriends, lots of relationships, and trial and error, and all that good stuff. Money up, money down, and you know, bad credit score, great credit score, Mercedes truck, all that good stuff, man. You know, I'm here to tell you I lived the life, and I think I'm on my last final stretch, and I don't plan to trip and stumble no more. So I'm here just to relay my experiences and hope that something that I say, though I might not be as eloquent, and I'm working my way to it, to a better presentation, but I just hope that something here resonates. And if something does, like, comment, subscribe. You know, but with that, I'm gonna get up on out of here. Remember, stay productive, stay proactive, and definitely, with your clear mind and clear vision, stay positive. All right, it's your boy Brian R. Keefe. Like, comment, subscribe. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your fun day, whatever day it is you see this. And I'm going to see y'all on the next one. Peace.